Hello, everyone. Welcome to our adventure today. It's called Getting Back to You. What does that mean? Great question. I'm going to answer it. There is a body of work that was created by Dr. Dane here. He has a book called Being You Changing the World. If you're on one of these pages, I'm sure you've already heard about it, but maybe your friends haven't. So this might be the time for you to tag your friends in this live. It's going to be going for 2 hours, or send it to somebody, because one of the beautiful invitations that the Being You tools, by the way, I'm Sarah Grananetti, and this is my friend Rita. Hi. Just read right there. Anyways, one of the beautiful invitations of the Being You tools is to have a Being You checklist, something where you write down everything that just lights you up, whether that's playing with your kitten, or that is eating your favorite ice cream, or dancing to your favorite music, or calling your best friend. Whatever it is, to have a list on your phone or somewhere in your world, post-it notes, put it anywhere you want, to remind you that when you're not being you, when you're going to reaction, when you're going to upset, when you're stressed out, there are things that you can choose that remind you of the joy and enthusiasm that you have about being you. So today, we have invited a bunch of Being You facilitators to come on and share what's on their Being You checklist. I know for me, when I first started to write it, I was like, what do I put here? And I had like maybe 3 things. And then as I talked to other people that have their Being You checklist, they started to give me new ideas, and I started to add different things to my list. So if you don't have a list, start one today, and you can steal all of the ideas that are given out today. And if you do have one, you might hear some things today that invite you to add some new things to your list. We've got like 5 or 6 languages. So this will be rolling in English, and all of a sudden it'll jump to Portuguese, and then it'll go back to English, and then all of a sudden it'll be Croatian and German. And so we've got a bunch of fun things planned for you for the next 2 hours. And we would love, love, love to have you share this, and also just, settle in and receive from it as well. Hello to everybody saying hi. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Bianca. Hello, beautiful people. Okay, so my guest, and then guess what? Rita's going to be becoming the interviewer next to her guest. It's going to be amazing. Shout out to Laura Simmons. If you guys don't know, she's a master genius at this, and she's the one that put us all together today. So we're very excited. All right, friend. Welcome. Where are you coming to us from in the world?
I'm Rita. No, I'm from South Africa. How does it get any better? The tippy end of the planet.
I love it. I love it. And I love South Africa. Okay, my friend, will you tell me, when you're not feeling like you, when you're doing yuck stuck and what are 3 things that are on your list that you can share with us today?
Well, that list has grown, as you mentioned earlier. Of course, we get inspiration from everything and everyone around us all the time. So for me, one of my favorite things is to grab my Being You Change the World book, this one, and just flip through, and whichever page I open it up on is usually exactly what I require to get out of the funk and the yuck stuck, what the fuck, excuse my French.
I love it.
So, so that is one of those. And then, of course, Dr. Dane has these amazing clearings loops that he does the dive in with Dane. So oftentimes something pings with that as well. And just listening to that recording and being present with the energy that's up in my world often clear that as well. So number 2, dive in. And then I like checking in with my friends. I have so many amazing friends all over the planet. And oftentimes it is a matter of, hey, can you ask me a question? This is what's up for me. Ask me a couple of questions. Would you be willing to? And often just tapping into their world, having a conversation, and exploring whatever is up. And then oftentimes we realize that what is up for me is not necessarily mine, which is where the so who does it belong to is one of the amazing tools that we get to play with often, or most of the time. So if you have not done the who does it belong to app, where you get pinged, who does it belong to for every thought, feeling, and emotion that comes up for you, might be something to check out as well. So those are 3 things on my list, and I can carry on.
I think you did great, and I too so love all 3 of those things. Opening the book at random and just knowing that exactly what you need to hear is right there. So that's super awesome. I hope you guys watching are writing this down if you don't have it on your list already. So it's my turn to bounce out. Rita's going to have a new guest. Thank you so much, and I will see you at the end of the live. This is where I just smile and wait till I go away. Bye, guys.
Hello, Catalina.
Rita, how are you?
How are you, gorgeous?
Hello, I'm in El Lugar, Costa Rica.
Beautiful. I can see your backdrop and just tapping into that energy. How did we get so lucky to have
And
you
it
on
just
from?
started to rain.
Really?
Yes.
Amazing. So Tag, you're it, darling. My question to you is, if you are in a funk and a yuck and stuck, what the fuck? Then what do you choose? What do you choose to return to you?
Well, as a good, very good access consciousness student, no, I absolutely love the access consciousness tools. So my first thing is going in the question. And the first question I ask is, what is this? And then sometimes I go into, what do I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how do I change it? But sometimes it's just that it's not even mine, that yuck, stuck, what the fuck. And so then I go into different questions, is like, it really can go wild. How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? What are the infinite possibilities for this? Who does it belong to? And return it to sender. So playing with all the questions from access consciousness. What's right about this that I'm not getting? What's the gift in this? And so on. So there are many questions that I play with. And sometimes if I don't know what question to ask, I go, what question can I ask here? It's as simple as that. And it shifts the energy. It always shifts the energy. Sometimes if questions don't work, I call somebody. Like usually I go for people who don't have a point of view about, don't try to fix me or fix that particular issue that's going on, who are just there to support me, to to give me some, sometimes I go nature. So I have more than 3 tools, to-go tools. Is sometimes being in nature, like right now here. But if I'm at home, I just go on a walk. And I'm usually in Houston, where I live, there are lots of trees. And trees are amazing contribution to getting back to you. And then also, like, not being around people and being just around nature and trees, it helps me clear my head and know, okay, this was just noise, and I let go of it. And trees give me clarity with what's true for me, or gives me awareness. And the other thing that I love doing is access bars, body processes, SOP, so Symphony of Possibilities, which is basically the energy of being. So those are some of the few things that I enjoy doing. And it's really like, even in that moment of being yucky or feeling yucky, it's not really that, because when I start playing with the tools, that gets me excited, and knowing universe always has our backs. So
Totally, totally. I love that. I love that you say that. And also the gift that nature is
yes.
to us and our bodies, and returning to who we be as
Yes.
infinite beings. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rita.
Amazing.
And I guess now it's me inviting Diana. She's next, and we're gonna go to German. Switching from English to German. Diana.
Hallo, hi Katharina.
Willkommen.
Willkommen. Ja, vielen Dank. Und es ist so spannend. Ich musste gerade wirklich drüber nachdenken. Ich muss jetzt Deutsch sprechen.
Ich auch.
Ja, wunderbar.
Also die Frage ist, die ich dir stelle, wenn du merkst, dass du nicht selbst bist, was steht auf deiner Checkliste, um dich zurück zu dich zu bringen?
Ja, es ist wunderbar, dass ich jetzt direkt nach dir komme, weil so vieles von dem, was du erzählt hast, ja, steht auch auf meiner Checkliste. Aber ganz tatsächlich, ja, also ich möchte mal trotzdem was zu den Access Bars sagen, so das grundlegende Werkzeug von Access Consciousness. Es war wirklich damals in einer Zeit, wo ich überhaupt nicht ich selbst war, es mir wirklich schlecht ging. Ich war in therapeutischer Behandlung, waren wirklich die Access Bars. Also das Ding, was mich wirklich zuallererst wieder zu mir selbst zurückgebracht hat. Also das ist etwas, was definitiv immer funktioniert. Also wenn irgendwas nicht in Ordnung ist, irgendwie die Welt komisch ist oder einfach auch die Dinge nicht klar sind, man nicht weiß, so, was möchte ich jetzt wirklich oder wo bin ich, oder man ist so, ja, nicht sich selbst, ne, oder nicht wirklich so in sich wirklich ruhend, dann gucke ich echt, wer kann mir hier die Access Bars geben. Halt.
Kann ich etwas dazu sagen? Auch mit Kopfschmerzen, Access Bars ist unglaublich.
Unglaublich. Also das ist so wirklich, ja, einfach ganz Nummer 1 auf meiner Checkliste. Aber jetzt gibt es natürlich auch Momente, da hast du vielleicht gerade nicht die Zeit oder nicht die Möglichkeit, dir die Bars geben zu lassen. Und dann ist auf jeden Fall, was mir auch immer sehr hilft, ist einfach atmen. Wirklich ganz bewusst zu atmen und mich auszudehnen. Weil was machen wir, wenn wir nicht wir selbst sind? Wir schließen uns ja in unseren Körper ein, dann werden die Schultern eng und wir ziehen uns so zusammen. Und wenn ich dann atme und mich dann wirklich über meinen Körper hinaus ausdehne, dann werde ich auch wieder präsent mit mir, mit meinem Wesen. Oh, ich bin ja nicht so klein komprimiert, sondern ich bin eigentlich ganz, ganz weit. Und wenn ich mich ausdehne, ja. Und dann sehen die Dinge, die vielleicht vorher so dieses Enge kreiert haben, ja auch schon wieder ganz anders aus. Und ja, was natürlich dann auch hilft, ist in die Natur zu gehen mit den Füßen. Dann lasse ich wirklich die Wiederherstellung der Verbundenheit mit der Erde laufen. Und selbst wenn die Natur nicht da ist, wir sind, wie gesagt, wenn ich ein unendliches Wesen bin ich mit allem verbunden. Ich kann wirklich mit der Energie vom Meer, vom Wald, von Wiese mich wirklich verbinden und dem Moment dann sagen, okay, ich lasse wirklich die Wiederherstellung der Verbundenheit mit der Erde laufen. Und ich merke jetzt schon, wie so auch mein Körper so, ich meine, und Dankeschön für das wunderbare Bild, was du uns hier bringst, Elugar. Ja, so. Wirklich dann auch, ne, mich dann mit solchen Orten wie mit Elugar dann energetisch verbinden und sagen, okay, was kann ich jetzt hier empfangen? Und dann merke ich so, wie dann alles loslässt. Ja, und wir haben ja natürlich schon viele von diesen typischen Access-Werkzeugen genannt, aber jetzt auch für die Leute, die vielleicht das hören und auch kein Access machen. Es gibt so viele Sachen oder, oh, ich weiß jetzt nicht mit den Fragen, was soll ich jetzt stellen? Mach die Mucke auf, Mucke, Köln, Musik, mach die Musik an und tanz einfach mal wild durchs Zimmer oder wenn du ein Tier hast.
Wie verrückt.
Ja, oder einfach auch mal ich habe leider zurzeit keine Tiere zu Hause. Mal schauen, was sich dann ändert, aber dann schnappt ihr irgendwo, ist ein Tier. Geh mit einem Hund spazieren, knuddel eine Katze. Ja, das ist einfach, das sind so Momente, da ist kein Raum für ja, oder solchen Stress oder nicht du selbst zu sein, weil die Tiere sind einfach sie selbst. Und wenn man dann so mit denen einfach ist, genauso wie mit der Natur, dann, ja, dann du hast gar keine Chance eigentlich.
Nicht.
Okay. Irgendwie anders zu sein. Und ich sehe gerade, anscheinend darf ich jetzt noch weiter erzählen. Okay, zum Glück habe ich noch ein paar Sachen aufgeschrieben. Also, ja, spazieren gehen, wie gesagt, wandern in der Natur ist immer etwas, was ein Riesenbeitrag ist. So, und wenn das vielleicht auch gerade nicht da ist, ich weiß es nicht, vielleicht habt ihr auch schon mal gehört, der Dr. Dane hier, es gibt ja YouTube und jeder hat ja mittlerweile so ein Teil. Ja, also ich meine, dann wirft ihr einfach auf YouTube, gibt es diese wunderbaren 10-Stunden-Loops.
Ja.
Kostet nichts, kannst du einfach anwerfen. Du musst sie auch, wenn man sagt, ja, aber ich kann die jetzt nicht laut hören, weil ich bin im Büro oder in der Schule oder irgendwo unterwegs. Das ist nicht schlimm. Ja, weil Töne sind Schwingungen und auch wenn du das ganz leise machst, also du könntest quasi jetzt den Kopfhörer reinstöpseln, ja, und wirklich, dann hört man es kognitiv akustisch nicht, aber trotzdem wirken diese Schwingungen, diese Energien, diese Clearings, diese Loops. Und ja, das ist also etwas, was super schnell geht, weil man einfach direkt, sage ich mal, zur Hand hat und ja, direkt, sage ich mal, auch eine Veränderung kreiert. Und nochmal zurück auch zu den Access Bars. Wir können uns ja alle das Banderimplantat
Genau.
selber halten, fällt mir gerade ein. Ja. So, ne, das ist auch etwas, so direkt hier, wenn du so hinter den Ohren, für alle, die das nicht kennen, sage ich mal hier hinterm Ohr, ist dann so ein Hügel, so ein Knochen und dahinter, da rasten auch wirklich so die Hände regelrecht ein und dann hältst du die einfach so und dann merkst du,
Nochmal zurück zu den 10 Stunden Loops. Manchmal lasse ich sie nachts laufen, ganz leise. Und
ja,
morgens bin ich ganz anders.
definitiv.
Sind wunderbar.
Wunderbar. Genau. Und viele sagen, ja, aber ich kann damit ja nicht schlafen, wenn ich dann irgendwie Stimmen oder sonst was höre. Und das ist halt, wie gesagt, das Geniale. Du musst sie nicht kognitiv laut hören, damit sie wirken, damit sie funktionieren. Und beim Dr. Dane hier, wenn du auf der Kajabi-Shop-Seite gibst, gibt es auch einen Being You Loop. Einen Sei du selbst Loop ist auch einer, den ich sehr gerne und immer wieder mal anmache, manchmal laut, manchmal leise, aber es verändert sofort die Energie. Und ja, was habe ich noch? Ja, so langsam, ja, Bars, Körperprozesse hast du ja eigentlich auch schon alles
SOP.
erwähnt.
Ja.
SOP, genau. Und witzigerweise, ich komme gerade von einem Austausch und das ist auch eine Energie, die von Access unterrichtet wird, und zwar SC, die energetische Synthese der strukturellen Verkörperung, the Energetic Synthesis of Structural Embodiment. Ja, und das ist letztendlich auch eine Körperarbeit, aber letztendlich, und auch da, auch wenn du, sag ich mal, Access nicht kennst, jede Form von Körperarbeit, überall, wo wir mit dem Körper wieder den Körper spüren, mit dem Körper verbunden sind, ja, tanzen, auch vielleicht kneten, so weiter, das sind alles Sachen, die dich wieder, sag ich mal, in dein Sein, in deine Präsenz und zu dich zurückführen, bringen. So. Ihr lieben Leute da im Becken, guys in the backstage, don't know what to talk about. Langsam weiß ich nicht mehr, worüber ich noch reden soll.
Okay, herzlichen Dank, Diana.
Danke, Katharina.
Tschüss.
Auf Wiedersehen. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Diana. back to English.
Exactly.
Brain wired. And yes, welcome, greetings. Where are you? You are in a trailer now
I am currently in Scotland.
in Scotland. Okay,
Yes.
awesome. So greetings to Scotland from Cologne. And yes, of course, I want to hear from you when you have a cranky day and you are not really being you. I always said in German, the bad hair day. So what is it what you are choosing to really being you, to getting to become you again? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many different things. But one of my absolute favorite things is to go out exploring and choosing something new. I am currently in my motorhome, my home on wheels. We've been on the road for 3 weeks now. We're going to be on the road for 2 months, and it's such an amazing, for me it brings me back to myself, the moment that I am someplace new, and the moment that I don't even have to be someplace new, but the moment that I'm choosing something new, and with this energy of like curiosity, like this childlike wonder. And for me, that is to travel. Like it's always been that for me. But that doesn't mean that you have to travel, to the other side of the planet. It can literally be, oh, I've been walking in this forest behind my house for every day for 10 years, but I've never taken this little route. So like choosing something new. And there's an awesome quote, I don't know who it's from, but it says that happiness lives in the space of novelty, which I think is, so for me anyway, that's really true, because I tend to get stuck in the heavy and stuck in the blah when I'm not like experiencing new things all the time. And I think this is such like in access consciousness we talk about humans and humanoids, and I think this is a very humanoid trait. Like we're very hungry, I want to say. Like we're hungry for new experiences, we're hungry for inspiration, and we're hungry for getting new things into our lives, and new energies and new people and new tastes and flavors and all of these different things. So yeah,
It's
that's
boring. It's not really something for us.
no, exactly. Yeah, and I think for me, I've always been a little bit judged, and also judged myself a bit for being like, but what else? What else? What else? What's next? What's next? What's next? Because there's so many points of views in the world of like, oh, but just calm down, and shouldn't you should be happy with what you already have, and be satisfied, and all of these things. And thanks to the tools of access consciousness, and thanks to actually the pot and pocking myself a lot on all of the things that I've been functioning from that isn't really true for me, I have now gotten to the place where I'm like, well, that's fine if that's a judged thing, because it's what makes me happy, and that's like the most important thing. So yes, going out, seeing the world, having like open eyes, open ears, the willingness to kind of receive receive everything, and receive the what's new. That's one of my go-to things. Yeah, especially those days when I'm just I don't want to do anything, I don't feel inspired, I don't want to create, I don't want to be productive, rather than instead of judging that as something wrong, now I'm like, okay, so what can I choose that I've never chosen before? What can I actually choose right now? And it doesn't have to be anything big. It can just be like, oh, I've actually never tried to do a handstand. I'm going to try to do a handstand. I'm probably going to fall, but at least I'm trying something new.
That's awesome. Yes, I love this idea. And yeah, thank you so much for this. And I will get it on my list to do more new things. So, and I recently discovered a little village in the south of Germany, because I went there and it had holidays for a hand. I was there. The young family went to holidays, and I took care of the house and the cat.
Oh,
And
wow.
normally, I really never will be in this little village. It was
Exactly. There you
awesome.
go.
Okay, we have Anna
Thank you so
here.
much, Diana.
Hello.
Hi, Anna. Und
Hello,
hi,
Diana.
ladies. Have
Thank you,
fun.
Diana.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Amanda. It's
Nice to
lovely to
see
see you.
you. Where in
Too.
the world are you?
I'm currently in Berlin.
I'm gonna be there very soon
I know.
with Being You class. Do, do, do.
Speaking of which,
Exactly.
wait.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So, could you tell me a little bit, Anna, about what's on your Being You list? What do you choose when you feel like you want to get back to you?
Mm. Most things are really related to my body. So I was thinking about it, and I tend to not give myself enough rest and just always feel like I have to go, I have to go, I have to create, I have to do this a lot. And that's like, as you know, when you know about X-Men and humanoids, there's like this multi-dimensional awareness of things, and everything seems so important in that moment. So giving myself just the rest, and allowing myself to have a really unusual progression of my day, I guess. Like, I'm getting tired at, I don't know, 1 p.m. and I'm just gonna lay down for an hour, and then I'm getting up, and then I feel like going for a walk, and then I'm getting really active at 10 at night, for example. Like allowing myself to go with whatever my body is asking for at the moment. Really puts me back in the flow of whatever wants to come out energetically in the moment, and then creating when I have the urge and the enthusiasm for it again. That's when it's fun again. And one of my always since I was since I can walk basically, is dancing. Dancing is my absolute happy place. I love ecstatic dancing, especially ecstatic dance. Because it's such a safe space for you to just go in and be silly. Like I cry, I scream, I hump the floor, I undress, I literally go absolutely bonkers in these spaces. And after that, it's like, oh, and everything is, nothing seems so heavy anymore. And I feel like all this energy that is spent in my thoughts of the recurring doubt, the recurring fear, the recurring reminders of like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, this is still this pressure, this. It all kind of gets moved through my body when I dance. Unbeatable. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Maybe we should do an ecstatic dance in Berlin. I'm in.
Oh my God, this is such a good idea.
So anyone that is coming to Berlin for the Being You class, maybe, we'll do an ecstatic dance as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if any online hosts for the class, not online live hosts here for the class, but if we could rent the room, like if we could use it, I could totally organize somebody to play music for us to go into an ecstatic dance and explain the concept of ecstatic dance, and because it comes from 5 rhythms, and that is such a cool idea.
We're plotting ways for all of you to get to be more of you.
Yeah, totally. Maybe I should talk to Helena about that.
I think you should. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm so grateful that you mentioned that as well, because that's a massive thing for me too. Just getting into my body, dancing, doing yoga, running, whatever it is. Just like, oh, because we get so stuck up in here, right? And then when we can get
Yeah,
down to our bodies, it's such yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much.
totally.
Hey, Patricia.
Thank you, Amanda. Hola, Patricia.
Hola,
¿Cómo estás?
contenta de escucharte y wow, esta invitación de estar con tu cuerpo e incluirlo en este ser tú.
Gracias. Sí, tal vez sí es algo que me gustaría mostrar más al mundo también, pero no es mi turno, es el tuyo decirnos qué haces tú cuando estás en un lugar de no te sientes mal, es un mal día. No sé cómo se dice Jackstack, what the fuck en
Cuando
español.
estás atorada en no siendo tú, estás enojada, todas las emociones, sentimientos, pensamientos.
Exactamente. ¿Y qué haces tú? ¿Qué eliges tú?
Wow, una de las cosas que me encanta es estar en el mar. Ir al mar y estar en la playa y simplemente estar parada ahí, mis pies tocando el agua, la arena y ver el movimiento del oleaje, el viento, la brisa, los pájaros, toda la sensación y toda la belleza de ese espacio abierto, ¿no? Donde mi cuerpo también entra en ese espacio. No vivo en el mar. Para ir a un mar tengo que viajar. Entonces, con esta sensación de ser tú y explorar el ser tú, ¿sabes qué he encontrado? Cuando lavo los trastes, el tocar el agua con las manos o cuando me baño, cada sensación donde pueda yo tocar el agua o beber un vaso con agua, es ese de wow, ese espacio como un silencio y un espacio donde toda esa intensidad de lo que nos lleva a sacarnos de ti, es como si el globo a punto de explotar, ¡pum!, se desinfla. Esa es una de las. Y otra es bailar. Bailar siempre aprendí en la época de la niñez, ballet y muchos tipos de danza, pero esta parte de no ir a la estructura de la técnica, sino realmente poder estar en este espacio de diversión, del ritmo, de incluir cada parte, y no había escuchado te había visto bailar, pero no había escuchado que esta es una posibilidad y tiene un nombre de baile, de danza, donde es bailar el ritmo. Y me acuerdo muchísimo que un día mi hija me dice, mamá, ¿sabes bailar todos los ritmos? Y yo, no, pero lo único que hago es moverme. Y fue cuando esta conciencia de, wow, ese espacio me lleva a ser yo, a ser yo. Y entonces, otra de las cosas que me encanta es caminar en la naturaleza. Y cuando hay un espacio de naturaleza donde está el agua, los pájaros, la naturaleza, entonces realmente en lugar de caminar, voy bailando, voy haciendo una caminata, pero como bailando. Y es muy divertido.
Los dos.
Y es como, ahora sí puedo, ahora sí es como, estoy en este espacio donde, ¿qué ahora sí, como, qué puedo crear? ¿Con qué puedo divertirme? Y quizás es ir a hacer una tarea, una tarea, pero ya estás en este lugar de, con una facilidad y una alegría, y es donde inclusive hoy las personas que me conocen me dicen, eres muy rara. Claro, que perdí toda la estructura, toda esta manera de hacer las cosas en lugar de ser primero y después muchísima energía para hacer. Hay muchísimo, si nos damos esos permisos, hay muchísima más energía para hacer lo que realmente estás eligiendo hacer. Y algo más es los loops de Dane. Los loops de Dane, sumérgete con Dane, que son increíbles.
Wow, gracias. Hola.
Hola, saludos acá checando el teléfono y todo para dar el cambio. Saludos, Ana, gusto en
Hola.
verte.
Sí, un gusto
Patricia.
verte.
Hola, Silvia.
¿Cómo
Qué
llegué
gusto.
tan dichosa de estar contigo en esta conversación, Patricia? Gracias, de verdad. Thank you, thank you.
No, gracias a ti y a los creadores y al libro, a Dane, a Access, bueno, al universo, a todo.
Y me encanta porque te estaba escuchando y dije, sí, eso también para mí, eso también para mí. Me encanta esas energías que nos invita pues más a ese espacio que somos, ¿no?
Sí, entonces cuando estás en este espacio donde no estás siendo y estás como en esta realidad tan que te come y te jala, ¿qué haces tú para regresar a ser tú?
Pues primero me gustaría decir para los que estén escuchando, yo no tenía la menor idea qué era ser yo antes de comenzar con estas herramientas de Access Consciousness. Yo estaba viviendo la vida con todas las cosas que se tiene que hacer, ¿no? Mamá, hija, esposa, maestra, todo. Y cuando comencé a tener esta conversación de ser tú, yo dije, pues, ¿qué es eso? Y uno de los regalos bien grandes que recibí muy temprano, cuando entré a descubrir esas herramientas de Access Consciousness, fue una sesión de Dr. Dane. Y en esa sesión que me regaló, salieron dos energías que en ese momento no las tenía tan presente. Y la primera era, su increíble pregunta fue, ¿cuándo fue la última vez que fuiste realmente feliz? Y a mí, en ese momento le dije, ya después, dice, si alguien me hubiera preguntado en la calle antes de entrar a esta sesión, yo hubiera dicho, estoy feliz por todo, ¿no? Lo que logré, lo que estoy haciendo, lo que he elegido. Pero él me estaba invitando a algo mucho más grande, este gozo de vivir y de ser. Entonces, cuando me hizo la pregunta, regresé hasta los 3 años y dije, ¿cómo es posible que este gozo de que sé, que soy, no ha estado allí desde los 3 años? Entonces, eso comenzó una aventura grande, grande. La segunda fue que me invitó a reconocer esta energía orgásmica del cuerpo, que la estaba ocultando porque era buena esposa, buena mamá, buena maestra. Entonces, cuando me levanté de la sesión, dije, pues ahora, ¿qué voy a hacer con toda esta energía? Imagínate el gozo y el orgasmo del cuerpo. Dije, no, era explorar todo eso. Entonces, para mí también me encanta la música, Patricia. Yo en esos momentos donde siento el mundo pesado y usando también a veces unas de las herramientas de Access que no me desatoran, pongo una música, pero no cualquier música. Para mí es esa música que me enciende de adentro para afuera. Esa música que de pronto es como que la cabeza ya no puede existir, ya el pensamiento ya no puede. Y para mí, hay momentos también cuando bailo a una boda o algo, y si no tengo los lentes, no te puedo ver de lejos, es el regalo. Y entre como cerrar los ojos, pero recibir mi cuerpo y sentir, como decías tú, ese ritmo, esa música, es como que no es como que me olvido de quién está allí conmigo a mi alrededor, pero es como que estoy incluyendo mi cuerpo. Y hay una energía que se presenta que es juzgable también, ¿no? Recuerdo una vez me permití y estaba hasta bailando, no sé si con mi primo o alguien, pero al final me dijo un señor, así no se debe bailar. Y yo dije, ¿cómo? ¿Verdad? ¿No ves que cuando baila la gente todo bien serio? No, pues yo me dejaba dar vueltas y todo. Pero para mí eso me recuerda de un espacio que conozco, ese espacio de movimiento, de ser, de disfrutar, lo que llamamos también ese hedonismo, ¿no? De ese saborear de cada molécula, ¿no? Entonces esa es una, ese baile. Y para mí, este espacio que decías también tú de la naturaleza, me trae una tranquilidad de comunión, de dar y recibir, que ahora reciente, te digo, Pati, que lo he elegido mucho más, porque sí se han puesto fuerte las cosas y si no tenemos algo en nuestras listas de, oye, ¿a qué me voy? Y no es decir que no haya muchas, tenemos muchas, pero ¿cuáles son esas para ti? Y la tercera es parte también de lo que regala Dr. Dane con el dive-in. Y ya después contaremos mucho más, pero en poco breve, Patricia, gracias por la pregunta y la
Gracias.
exploración de este espacio.
Hola, Rey.
Bienvenida, Rachel.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Contenta de recibirte. Hablando del gozo, Rachel, yo cuando pienso en Rachel, pienso en gozo. Así es que la pregunta para ti hoy, Rachel, es, en esos momentos donde te sientes tan atorada, ¿qué es lo que eliges tú? ¿Qué está en tu lista? ¿Dónde te vas o qué eliges?
Well, wow, buena pregunta. Una de las cosas que a mí me encanta es respirar. Es una de las cosas que olvidemos, pero no sé si alguien estaba en una clase de yoga o algo y dicen, respira profundo. Y yo, oh, sí, hay que agregar este concepto. Para mí es recordar que es recordar respirar, recordar ser presente, recordar tranquilizarme en el ahora, en el momento, y yo puedo percibir cuando estoy así que hay mucho más allá de que estoy pensando en el momento. No soy el yuck stuck y what the fuck. Soy algo mucho más grande, más gozoso, más loco, más wacky, más más delis de esta segundo. Yo puedo ser mucho, mucho más. A mí esto de recordar, respirar, quizás bajar barreras, pero no pienso de esto, es más como expándete y sea presente. Esto es algo que hago muchas veces al día. También tengo esto porque no siempre tengo mi Be You t-shirt. Tengo esto en mi brazo cada día, no es un tatú, yo lo escribo mientras que estoy diciendo la mantra. Cada vez dice Be y en el E hay J y G para EJG, B, EJG. Y yo canto la mantra de Access. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. Lo siento, es en inglés, pero así lo canto. La música, como que tú estabas diciendo y Patricia estaba diciendo y Ana estaba diciendo del bailar, la música me inspira un montón, pero mi música, lo que más como es poco loco. Hay una canción que tengo como recordatorio cada día en mi teléfono que se llama Harasho y hay otro Welcome to the World por Kent Blasey, que es algo para mí inspirador y fenomenal. Pero esto es loco. Wonderful day.
Ay, después nos pones el enlace, no se escucha muy bien.
Sí, voy a poner
el movimiento.
Harasho, es lindísimo, es la mayoría en ruso, no entiendo ni una palabra de ruso, pero es la energía. Eso es otra cosa que hago, es jugar con la energía. Pregunto cosas como, ¿qué más es posible? ¿Cómo puede mejorar esto? ¿Qué pregunta puedo hacer para cambiar eso? Y hago el SOP, o juego con uno de mis furballs, es Annabeth, y a ella le gusta contribuir. O voy a mi balcón o en la naturaleza y me encanta recibir. Están haciendo construcción, si no, yo puedo dar vuelta de lo que está ahí afuera. Es algo tan bello permitirnos a empezar a recibir y a llenar nuestro vaso, si estamos dispuestos a ver qué son las posibilidades en esta cosa que quizás el resto del mundo puede ser es un problema, pero qué sé yo aquí, qué puedo ver más allá de solo este concepto, esta definición. Y estos libros, y ya mira mi versión, en San Diego tengo el otro, el nuevo, pero tengo estos dos amados libros que abro y divierto un montón. Tengo los Dive-In Loops de Dr. Dane. Holy shit.
Exacto.
Yo uso esto cada noche. y escucho y va de uno, porque no soy tan bueno en bajar y hacer loops. Escúchalo y ahí se pasa a otros idiomas.
Sí.
Va más profundo adentro y estoy dispuesta a recibir en cualquier idioma. Eso para mí es rico. Y la otra cosa que hago yo es de llamar a un amigo, recibir varas. Primero es empezar con las cosas que yo puedo hacer conmigo. Luego es call a friend. Y es divertir, saber que podemos cambiar cualquier situación.
Gracias, Rachel. Gracias. Bye, Valerie.
Arrivederci. Hi, Valerie. How are you?
Hi, Rachel. I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. Where in the world are you joining us from?
I'm in France.
Fantastic. How does it get any better than that? Waving at you from Guatemala. So what do you do when things get icky, sticky, yucky? What the fucky? What takes you out of that and into being you?
Well, lots of things. I would say that stop resisting that would be my first go-to, because when we are yuck, we try to get rid of it. And this is like this reaction where we try to use a tool to get rid of what we are aware of. So what I do is I would say, what am I aware of? What am I aware of that I'm not acknowledging? What am I aware of that I don't want to be aware of?
Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe.
I think this is, from the Talk to the Entities manual, like, what is it that you don't want to be aware of? Ooh, that's a good one, because everything that makes us yuck and cringe and go into wrongness is like all of the stuff that we really don't want to be aware of. And practicing just being aware is, I think, like the thing I prioritize every day. What am I aware of is my go-to question.
That's a fantastic question. And you don't have to make it all significant. You just have to be aware.
Exactly, because most of us, we have learned to actually do something about. We're aware of something, and there is also an awareness that we could probably do something about it and change it. But most of what we are aware of is not about us. It's about other people. And unfortunately, we cannot change other people. And awareness is just awareness. You don't have to do anything with it. And if you have anything going on with money right now, I would say, what are you aware of? And what if you are aware of multiple realities, billions of realities of how many people are there on the planet right now? So many.
At least one or two more than us.
Yeah. So what are you aware of? And what if you don't do anything about it? You just let it be.
Yeah.
That's like a practice.
Yeah, that's a muscle you have to develop. You just let it be and let them be and let you be. And what else do you do for being, or what else do you be for being? What else do you choose?
Well, I ask myself, what's funny about this I'm not laughing about?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to add that.
Because when I lose my sense of humor, I know I'm not being me. Yeah. I know that I can laugh about anything and about like really weird stuff sometimes. And, when I'm reacting and I'm like grumpy and stuff, I'm like, wow, that is, if I was being me, things would be so different. So what's funny about this I'm not laughing about? And most of the time, I don't have an awareness right away. Sometimes it comes, after a few days, and then I was like, oh yeah, I can laugh now.
Yeah. Hindsight is 2020 and funny simultaneously.
So it's like, you don't have to be wrong, and you don't have to stay in the yuck. There are tools to get out of it. So practice and have fun.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing those tips, Valerie. And hey, Chrissy, and I'm heading off.
Thank you, Rachel.
Bye, all. I think.
Ça va?
Salut, Chrissy. Tu vas
Coucou.
bien?
Oui, et toi?
J'ai ramené quelqu'un là, Aretha Franklin.
Cool. Alors, Chrissy, dis-moi, moi j'ai une question pour toi.
Mhm.
Comment tu sais quand tu n'es pas toi?
Je suis comme ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est? J'ai un sentiment qui me tire à l'intérieur, qui me tire comme ça, et qui me dit qu'est-ce qui se passe? Par exemple, normalement, quand tu me connais, alors je suis toujours ça va, comme la couleur de ma chemise là, et je suis très très heureux et très blabla et tout ça, et très boum l'énergie. Et très souvent, quand je suis pas moi, je suis comme un petit comme un très vieux chewing-gum, si tu veux.
Très vieux chewing-gum.
Manger 10 fois, 100 fois ou quoi, et je me sens très serrée, très, très serrée. Et alors là, je mets mes mains sur ma thymus, sur le thymus, c'est ça? Le thymus, je demande à mon corps qui est-ce que je suis en ce moment. Et mon corps, il me dit, mais qu'est-ce que tu racontes? Tu sais que tu n'es pas toi. Et alors ça, c'est vraiment un sentiment qui n'est pas heureux, qui n'est pas joyeux, si tu veux. Et normalement, je suis comme un petit enfant qui est très, très curieux, qui est très curieuse à tout ce qui se passe. Si c'est un petit oiseau, si c'est le lac où j'habite, je vais au fond du lac, et je me mets et j'entends seulement les tout petites vagues. Ce sont les vagues, ouais, voilà. Les tout petites vagues. Et alors là, je peux très bien me remettre, être moi. C'est ça ce que tu veux savoir?
Oui, et quoi d'autre?
Et quoi d'autre? Je me mets dans l'herbe, en pieds nus, et je sens tout mon corps se remettre dans une fréquence différente, si tu veux. C'est vraiment génial. Ça marche aussi avec, tu sais, en hiver, tu peux te mettre en pieds nus, mais ça peut faire un peu froid. Ou sinon, tu te mets en chaussures et tu t'imagines comment tu ressens l'énergie et la fréquence de toute la planète. Et tu peux te recharger. Et pour moi, c'est aussi l'escalade. Je fais l'escalade, je vais grimper. Et pour moi, c'est vraiment le balai vertical. Je me remets avec la planète dans la verticale. On grimpe avec tout le mouvement. Et ça, pour moi, parce que c'est fait très, très lentement. Et comme ça, je peux sentir la falaise et je peux sentir tout mon corps qui se met en balai ensemble avec la falaise qui est la partie du planète, si tu veux. Et alors là, tu dois vraiment mettre l'espace entre tes oreilles au zéro parce que sinon, tu tombes. Et ça, pour moi, c'est vraiment se remettre avec moi et surtout avec mon corps. C'est génial.
Comment ça devient mieux que ça?
Oui. Et aller nager au lac. Alors, se mettre dans l'eau.
Oui,
Le
moi
matin,
aussi, ça
la
m'aide
soirée.
beaucoup.
Et sentir tout le lac, sentir tout l'eau en dessous de toi et être vraiment ensemble avec toutes les molécules, mettre ton corps ensemble avec les molécules du lac et toute la région autour. La montagne, les arbres, les poissons en dessous de toi. J'espère pas les grands poissons. Et ça, c'est vraiment pour moi, c'est la danse. C'est la danse des molécules avec la région, avec le lac, avec n'importe où tu es. Tu peux te remettre avec la planète, avec la nature. Et ça, c'est vraiment être toi. Et sentir toutes les molécules de planète.
Et vibrer comme toi, pas
Oui.
comme le qu'on perçoit tout le temps.
Voilà,
Vibrer
c'est ça.
comme toi. Salut Danilo.
Merci beaucoup. Bye bye.
Merci Chrissy.
Buonasera Danilo, come stai?
Oh, ciao Crisi, molto bene, grazie.
Dove sei?
Sono in montagna, sono vicino a Piacenza, in Italia.
Ah, che è molto bellissimo. Dimmi, quando puoi dire che non sei lo stesso o te stesso? Cosa sono le cose che scegli per cambiarlo?
Allora, quando non sono me stesso, una delle cose che mi accorgo è che non sto avendo facilità, o non sto avendo la facilità che so che posso avere, oppure in genere sento una grossa contrazione, no? E uno degli strumenti che subito mi è venuto in mente quando abbiamo parlato di questa cosa bellissima di oggi è stato il mantra di Access, che è tutta la vita viene a me con facilità, gioia e gloria, perché ci sono state 2 occasioni in cui stavo guidando, una volta qua in montagna e una volta in autostrada invece in Piemonte, 2 macchine diverse, e a un certo punto ho sentito una contrazione e stava per accadere qualcosa, ma non avevo chiaro bene che cosa, no? E istintivamente ho iniziato a dire il mantra e a ripeterlo, e entrambe le volte le macchine hanno avuto dei problemi, ma è stato totale facilità, gioia e gloria, perché mi sono appoggiato, diciamo, da un lato della strada col furgone invece di andare giù nel prato in discesa che ero qua in montagna. Un'altra volta in autostrada con un'altra macchina ho sentito che stava cambiando tutta l'energia. Un attimo prima ho iniziato a dire il mantra ed ero in autostrada e la macchina, ero in discesa, una discesa lunga in montagna, la macchina non si accendeva più e non potevo fermarmi perché non c'era la corsia di emergenza né niente, ed era un momento in cui sembravano che le cose fossero più grandi di me. E invece con il mantra mi sono reso conto che riuscivo ad avere uno spazio mio anche in una situazione un po' delicata. E tutto era...
Hai cambiato i molecole?
Sì, e c'è stato totale facilità, gioia e gloria. Quando invece non sono in situazioni così estreme, anch'io faccio una delle cose di cui parlavi te, quindi esco, spesso scalzo, mi faccio una passeggiata, soprattutto qua, che è un posto dove tipo d'inverno non c'è nessuno, e quindi quando sono qua d'inverno, che ho le giornate un po' così, esco e mi faccio un giro. Se c'è la neve, ancora meglio, scalzo nella neve, non sto in giro tanto, ma qualche minuto e cambia completamente tutto, immediatamente.
E anche la dolce vita italiana, sì?
Oh, sì. Diciamo che la dolce vita italiana è un'arma a doppio taglio, perché a volte è un contributo, a volte vuoi solo scappare anche da quella, tipo essere in un posto così. Ma mi rendo conto che rispetto alla dolce vita italiana, quello che mi contribuisce molto quando non sto essendo me stesso è scegliere qualcosa di differente e spesso far fluire gratitudine, essere grato per qualunque cosa, dagli animali nella mia vita, alle persone nella mia vita, alla sedia su cui sono seduto, cioè cambio tutto molto velocemente quando inizio a esercitare questo superpotere in qualche modo della gratitudine che mi riconnette con tutto.
E anche la gratitudine alla cacca. Perché c'è qualcosa che può cambiare dopo.
Sì, ci sono le cose belle e le cose brutte, e quando non c'è separazione, in realtà ci sono le cose e basta, e tutto può essere un contributo o un problema. Anche le cose belle possono essere un problema, no? Invece così è proprio uno spazio diverso.
Davvero. Non c'è problemi, c'è situazioni che chiedono di essere cambiato.
Sì,
Sì?
sì.
Ok.
E la domanda è anche uno dei più grandi contributi che ho quando non sto essendo me. Una volta ero qua in montagna e mi ricordo che la mia macchina era ferma. Oggi parlo solo di macchine, non lo so come mai, di automobili e di macchine.
Perché no?
E ho aspettato un mese per cambiare il radiatore da solo, che non avevo mai fatto, semplicemente chiedendomi il giorno. Oggi è leggero, lo faccio oggi è leggero, lo faccio oggi, e quando è arrivato il giorno l'ho fatto ed è ancora lì che funziona. Quindi domande, superpotere.
Sì, domande. Grazie millissimo Danilo e
Grazie a te,
bye
Chrissy.
bye.
Ciao.
Un bacio. Ciao.
Ciao
Teresa.
Danilo. Hi.
How
I'm
are
great.
you? Yeah.
I
Where are
love
you
your
today?
mustache. I am in France.
You are in France. Yeah.
Yes.
We are not going to speak French, but we could maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, tu peux parler français?
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
so
Danilo, that I love your mustache.
oh, thank you very much. Thank you. What's happening in your life? What do you choose when the things are not like you know it's possible, when you are not being really you?
Thank you so much for this question. Wow. So, when I'm not being me, what I do, first thing I would say now is like more and more automatic or natural for me is to go through things that I'm grateful for about myself and also about my life and about the people. But when you're not really being you, you don't really like you. I really like myself if I'm being me. So in order to get to be me again, I like to really sometimes, do the work. Okay, even if I don't feel like it, I'm gonna think about 3 things that I'm really grateful for about me. And
Yeah.
then
So,
what I
for
like.
example, what are 3 things you are grateful about you now?
Oh my God. I am grateful for the fact that I can be here with you. And I even understood, like, let's say 50% of what you were talking about the cars and everything in Italian. I'm really grateful, for that I'm just fun. I would like to have a good time with you here. I'm really grateful for the fact that I notice beautiful things like the background and the nature around you and your amazing mustache, for example. Yeah. I don't know if they were 3, but yeah, these are.
They are. Yeah. Yeah. And what else?
So, and then move my body. Like, dancing for me is instant happiness. Whatever song, it can be dancing in a group or just by myself. I put on a song and I just start moving and dancing. And then other sensations as well. I like to smell something beautiful or listen to a great song or put my hands into cold water bath or something that will just wake up my senses and in a way distract my mind from going through the same bad circles and downward spirals. And so these bodily sensations, something, or go for a walk, listen to one of our great, for example, ESCs or meditation walks that Shannon does, ESC that Dane does. But I tend to find with myself that I really need to move. The movement is kind of, because when I'm being me, there's a lot of energy moving. So I know when things are stuck and slow down and solid, that's really not when I'm being me. And my body is an amazing companion with this because I can start moving my body and it starts moving the energy of me as well.
Yeah.
And then another thing would be asking a question, like any of those questions that we know. Really asking. Like my favorite, all-time most favorite one is, how does it get any better than this? And at first, if you're feeling yucky stucky, I would ask it like, how does it get any better than this? And then again, How does it get any better than this? And then again, how does it get any better than this? And how does it get any better than this? And when I ask, how does it get any better than this? I know I'm being me again.
I like it. Yes. Yes. And it's the same question, but like 2, 3 times, 4 times until everything shifts.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, ladies. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, thank you. Oh my God, I've been waiting backstage for an hour to come on here.
Finally, you're here, and welcome, Laura. So happy to see you.
I have my StreamYard tech hat on, so now I have to, now. Oh, thank you, and I forgot to take Danilo off because I got too excited to be on.
We have more people helping backstage. More amazing people. And thank you so much, Laura. Really.
Oh, thank you. These conversations have just been so great. Anyway.
Right. Are you being you right now, having listened to all of these conversations? How are you?
Well, it's funny because I have been listening to all these conversations. Obviously, I've been glued to this, and just some of these amazing people who've been talking about what brings them back to being them. And I was thinking, gosh, there's a lot of different things, right? But actually, one of the things that I've been noticing since I've been backstage is actually, just tapping into the energy of all the conversations that have been going on here, and just kind of getting really happy by all these people that have been joining us and just being a part of this from all over the world, and just sort of sharing their stories and their inspirations and their tools and tips for getting you back to being you. And it just makes me everything just makes me feel so much greater. And especially also just when I tap into the energy of the languages too. We've had a couple of people on here who are multilingual. It just is, they come in on, like, for instance, Chrissy was talking in French, and then she was had another conversation in Italian, and I know she then speaks English as well. So, the whole thing has just been amazing, and it just really does makes me feel amazing, and want to kind of makes me feel a bit emotional, just that. So yes,
thank you so much.
It's pretty awesome.
And now, to you also, what would you like to tell us about what are your tips and favorite tools to being Laura again, being you?
Yeah, well, actually, one of the things I love to do, and I discovered this really during the whole COVID epidemic, pandemic, whatever that was, is hiking and going out and being in nature and really taking photographs of, of insects and butterflies and flowers and just the scenery. And just, I discovered actually, the more I was doing that, because I would go on these adventures every day and I'd take all these photographs. I'd ask the question, universe, help find something, or help me find something beautiful to take a photograph of. And I'd be walking down the road or to a field, and I'd suddenly see the tiniest little insect that I would not have even been aware of before, that would literally just shine at me. And I'd go, oh my God, that's amazing. And I'd take a photo. So I think, when you do something like that and you do it often and you do it all the time, like I did it for like a whole 2-year period, basically, it kind of it brings you into being much more present with everything that's going on around you. And that whole being present with all of that, including the beautiful little insects and the flowers and, just the smallest little thing that you wouldn't necessarily normally see, just, as you're walking by. It really is such a treat, and it's so wonderful. And I also get these beautiful pictures, photographs to remind me of all of these things, little memories. So
I'm gonna use this question. Thank you so much, universe. Show me something beautiful that I can take a picture of.
Yeah, well, I was doing that all the time, and several times during my walks that I do. They would be like 2-hour walks that I'd go on. So. And when you do something enough and all the time like that, you're asking a question, it's sort of you sort of become that, if you like. So yeah, I saw all these little bright shiny things popping up for me all the time. So yeah, so when I'm not feeling great, I'm feeling a little low, then I will go for a walk with my camera and
ask that question and see what shows up. And then I shall have these beautiful pictures that I, you know, get to have at the end of it. So yeah, it's awesome.
That's awesome, because you also engage. You engage with the universe.
Yeah, well, that's it. And you know, and not only that, but you're exercising your body, you're moving your body, you're doing something different. You're just being grateful as well, because you know, when you acknowledge something is beautiful, you can't help but be grateful for that. So yeah. Okay, so now we have to transition. Yay!
Bye, ladies. Ciao, Lale.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, Lale. Welcome. Where are you in the world, real quick?
I'm in Dubai, and I love listening to you, because that is actually something so near and dear to me. Is just, we have so much beauty in the world, and capturing it on camera never gives it 100% of what it actually is. But then it gives me something to look at later too, to still keep that engagement going. So thank you for that. I really enjoyed listening to you.
You're welcome. So Ms. Lale, when you have a cranky day, when you're not feeling great, and you know, it can happen at any time, right? We've all been there. You know, what is it that you do that kind of like inspires you to, you know, to kind of do something or be something a little different, bring you back to being you?
You know, for me, it's been different. I would say in the last 3-4 years, traveling nonstop, like every week I'm in a different country, different hotels. I realized that I get a lot of that when I would wake up. Like I'd go to bed so energized, such an amazing day. And then like, as soon as I'd wake up, it was like, it seemed like the whole world kind of caved in. And so I also had to acknowledge like my sense of awareness was shifting. You know, as I'm asking more questions and things of that sort, my perceiving, my awareness of things expands. And in the morning, I really had to have a different communion with my body. So before I get out of bed, I just do some different exercises with my body, and it really changes everything. Like the minute I touch my body, wherever, you know, it's just like, everything's going to be okay. You know, it's like my body's got my back. I've got my body's back. But it also, for me, was space. So having that conversation, I literally started using different tools of just like even putting my hand in front of me and then just like open space, like literally just push anything and everything just to the corners of the room. So I don't have to even think about them. And then I would start to say, how much space can I occupy not to be impacted, affected, or impinged by other people's universes?
Wow,
and immediately, and sometimes I had to do it 10 times, you know? It's
going, no matter what.
But I would have more of this space from where I can really ask real questions. Because until then, I'm just aware of my neighbors, downstairs, upstairs, 100 people, 1,000 people in the hotel, 10,000. You know, sometimes hotels have 400 rooms and who knows how many are in them. And so I realized when I do that whole moment with my body, I have this communion with the earth where I am, but also with the totality of the earth. So it just seems like I'm not alone. I got my back, but now I can be space and then start to ask real questions like, what am I aware of? What is this? And you really, you know, go there.
That kind of what you're saying just there, it's another way of being present. It's kind of similar to what I was saying in when I was talking earlier about, you know, just being really present with you and your body. So I love that.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of times we're also aware of the future. And so, you know, there's a lot of times like the business is talking to me and trying to get my attention. And so it doesn't mean, you know, that energy has to be a wrongness. You have to fix it. You have to get rid of it. But it is finding what is that for you from that place to really ask questions. What am I aware of? Is it mine? I know a lot of people talked about this tool. There's an amazing app, Who Does This Belong To tool. It's like a little alarm clock that just reminds you to ask, you know, and you can set it for any minutes that you like. But it really is that we tend to just be on the go, go, go mode and forget that we are aware of so many things and so many people. And some of it is a distraction. It's not that you even need to do anything. It's just kind of like a flyby, you know, a flyby awareness. And it's just like, hi, I'm here. Okay, do you require anything? Nope. Okay, bye-bye, you know, and you could just let it go. And some things, it is about you taking action, you know? And so I think also knowing that a lot of things communicate, including flowers.
Yeah,
I love having them in, just including them in, you know, the questions and other things too.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Lale. Bye. Hi, Maria.
Bye, Laura. Hi. Hello. Now I'm.
Oh, I think Lale was supposed to stay on. Hold on. I'm going to add her back. Just a second.
I was like, how did I get bumped to the backstage? Okay, that's cool. But can I just say, this is being you when none of this is relevant. So hello,
Yeah.
Miss Maria. Welcome.
Hello, Miss Lale. I'm so happy and grateful to be here, and I love how all of this works. Because literally it's similar to what I wanted to talk about, and I was loving the conversations that were going on already. It already just opened up a space for me to be more me. So I'm loving this.
So what are kind of your go-to tools that get you back to being you?
Well, one of the things that I already mentioned here was basically hanging out and talking to people or being with people that are my fellow, I would say my fellow weirdos, the ones that actually know that being different is a gift and not a curse. And then talking and expanding stuff and basically creative conversations, the conversations that actually enthuse you and get your juices flowing, and you just want to create, and you want to conquer the world with them. That's basically one of the things that I've seen lately, especially, that I just expand and flower. And basically also what you were talking about before, I love that you said having communion with your body and the earth. And it's also so amazing how this all works, because I'm so happy that you were before me, and now I'm coming after you, and we are talking about this, because I actually literally I realized as well that one of the things that that brings me back, if I could say back to me, or brings me to be me, is it's maybe a little strange, but any kind of water, like that water touches my skin, touches my body, that I'm in contact with water, either I'm taking a shower or going for a swim or just stepping into river or a little stream, just bare feet, and just being there, letting the water touch my skin. And that brings me to being present with my body. And it is a little strange, but still it's something that I've discovered that really brings me to be present, to be me. And then I just really, everything just flows off me. Everything that was like stuck or blah, or, you know, where I wasn't really liking myself or I wasn't really enjoying my life. And that's the third thing I would say also, is when I know that I'm not being me, when I am not having fun, or I'm not being quirky, or there's not something funny about stuff. If I see I'm significant, or if I see I'm you know, that I'm being serious, or somebody's being serious around me, that's basically, I know this is like, I call a friend, I go watch a movie or something that actually gives this spark, this laughter, this joy, and enthusiasm. And of course, I'm not gonna stop at 3. I'm gonna go to the 4th. It's even more than 4, but who counts? I really enjoy running bars and body processes with friends. And then while we're doing that, I love to listen to the Dive In with Dane. That's one of the go-to tools that when I'm really in that's, Dive In with Dane does it. That's like totally brings me into my space. Hi, Domina.
Hello. Hey, yippee.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Zdravo, suseda.
Zdravo, suseda. Kako si? Kako ide?
Na terasi uživam u prekrasnom pogledu. Iza mene je jedan pogled, ispred mene je drugi pogled. A ti? Kako je kod tebe?
Pa kod mene, ja sam unutra, ali isto imam vrlo super pogled. Ja sam sad pa nisam, vruće je.
Slažem se. Jedna stvar koju ja volim, drago mi da si spomenula Dejna, moj najčešći alat, ja ih isto imam milijarde, sve. Najviše volim puštati snimke preko noći, potiho, danima za redom. I onda Dane je rekao na zadnjem pozivu 15 milijardi, promjena postane opipljiva. I jednostavno imaš prostor sebe. Prostor, ovaj koji je Lale rekla, jednostavno si ti i ništa ne utječe na tebe. Nisi pod utjecajem. Postoje dani kad jesam pod utjecajem, imam 2 male djece, u mojoj kući može biti puno energije odjednom. I ono što volimo svi je da smo vani. Van kuće, igralište, moramo se kretati, moramo trčati. Živimo blizu šume, tako da i priroda. Imam 2 dečka koji obožavaju biti u prirodi. Osim toga, volim kuhati, volim kupovati voće, povrće, jesti. I na nekoj makro slici, onako sad široko, moj život ne bi bio moj i ja ne bi bila ja kad ne bi istraživala. Znači istraživanje novo. Tko sam uopće ja? Ko sam ja? Ja nisam ista danas i prije 5 godina, prije 10 godina, prije 20 godina i tako dalje. Niti ću biti ista za 5 godina u budućnosti ili 10 godina u budućnosti ili koliko već. Znači još jedan, ko sam danas ja? Pitanja, ko sam danas ja? I koje avanture mogu imati? Kada bi stvarno bila ja, šta bi zapravo birala, šta bi zapravo kreirala? I to su stvari koje me najčešće vade iz tog, kako se to kaže, roller coaster ili ta mišja rupa u koju se zavlačiš i kao čini se da nema izlaza, ali uvijek postoji izlaz.
Pa spomenula si ovoj da voliš kuhati.
Obožavam.
Trebam doći do tebe, ja obožavam jesti. Što želiš, što rada kuhaš?
Što radim? Kuham najčešće što djeca vole, pa sam kuhala tjesteninu sa rajčicama i mozzarellom i onda se to zapeče u pečnici i izađe onako kremasto i čak idem toliko daleko da na terasi pripremam vrt. Da dečki sa biljke, sa rajčice mogu brati plodove i jesti. ove godine nam je prva godina, pa ću vidjeti kako će ići sljedeće godine, za 5 godina, za 10 godina, šta je još moguće, stvarno.
Dođem, dogovoreno.
Da pače, čekamo te. Širom otvorenih ruku, blizu si nam.
Da, i ti i još prevodiš.
Prevodim, da. Jedan od mojih talenata je prevođenje, ali zapravo koji ti, što si rekla, volim biti s ljudima. Hi, Halina!
Hello!
Thank you, hvala.
Nice to meet you.
Hvala ti, Marija. Bye.
Hi, Domina.
Hi, Halina. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Are you in Berlin, in Germany? Where are you?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Berlin is a city that allows many different possibilities of being, of being.
Yeah, that's very true. And I know that a lot of people that move here or live here or moved here, most of them say that they move here because they can be them.
Really?
They have a sense of like that they can actually live in the way they want to live. You know, they're not getting for what they're choosing to create or the way they dress, or that they are maybe a little bit different than other people. Some people don't really know that about Berlin, but that's basically, I hear that a lot. It was the same for me, actually. I moved
Really?
here.
So you're not a Berlin native, local?
No.
Cool.
But well, I think I'm going to go to Berlin.
I visited once because my sister lives in Berlin. It was a very colorful experience. I liked it a lot. So would you say that you have a favorite tool, a favorite way, a Berlin way of getting back to you, dealing with the stuff that it's not you, recognizing that it's not you? What do you do? How do you be?
I guess for me, it's like also a lot what works is to move my body. It like it doesn't necessarily have to be always the same. It's just like the moment I start to move my body, it may be just a walk or I go for a run, or it's already starting to change. And when I'm in Berlin, for example, and I have the sense, because it's a very big city and I really live in the middle of it, but I am so lucky I have a roof terrace, and I always go onto up to my roof terrace because I can like really look over all Berlin and I just see the blue sky, and that actually creates
wonderful.
That creates a lot of space for me, and it's like everything seems to be, there's so much more space, and even if the big cities below me, it's still there's a lot of balance. And I actually
is there a sense, oh, this bigger space is more like me?
Yeah, I love that. And really, I mean, there's all kinds of things. I get, for me, it's really also just to have a lot of space. However, I can create that in the moment. Does it mean I might go up to my rooftop, or I can go in nature, or I just, I don't know what to say. It's like, it's so different.
How do you create that space when you notice you're not that space?
I guess sometimes it's also just me when I just expand. I expand my own space no matter where I am right now. Like it could also be if I'm in my living room or something and I can not go out for some reason because maybe raining or whatever. I can, and I also love to play with the symphony, which is like based on the Symphony of Possibilities that is developed by Dr. Dane here. It's like this energetic work, and it's like that also has created a lot more space in my living every day. Like it's very easy for me to kind of like, I just kind of switch it on. I'm like asked to do it, and that already automatically creates more space for me, or it gets me more back to being me. Yeah,
I've noticed that the more I do it, the quicker it shows up.
Yeah.
So the more I practice, the more I do the stuff that is me.
Yeah.
The quicker changes, the change becomes from not me to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course.
I also, and to be honest, I also really enjoy going to access classes. This is one of those places and happenings that create a lot of space for me and always give me more of me. So that's really what I enjoy as well. So
sure, because you're also a translator, right? From German to English.
Yeah. I know Naomi.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi.
Yeah, there's many ways. Hi, Naomi. How you be?
Oh, hi, Halina. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So tell me, what are you like? What are the 3 things, for example? Maybe there's even more that is on your Being You checklist, or that gets you back to you if you have like maybe not a lot of space, or it's yucky, or you know.
Yeah, normally when I'm in this weird place, I tend to do something that is weird too. I usually used to say that I don't, I used to go to do things that I normally don't like to do. For example, you know, when you have your room and it's all messy, well, when I'm cranky, I go to my room and start to organize the things. Not always, but most of the times, what happens is I find something that open up a space. Like, you know, like we are here for nearly an hour and a half, and then we are receiving these amazing tools from each one, yeah. And then I used to take notes in small papers that I find around, and you know, I keep losing these papers. So normally when I go to organize things, I find out these papers, or I find something that I didn't remember that I had, or you know, like it looks like magic, like a magic to me, you know. Oh, did I have this? Oh wow, you know, like. And well, the Being You, we are here as friends from Being You Facilitators, right? And wow, and the infinite possibilities in the access classes, this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
So the next thing that I would do, I would grab my manual. Oh, yes.
Is that the Being You Changing the World manual?
Yes. Oh, guys.
Oh, it's so good.
This manual is so amazing. And then you can open up in any page, and then you will always find a question.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, that's also what I love about the book, you know, the Being You Changing the World book from Dr. Dane here. It's also like I look into it a lot. Like I just open it, I ask, okay, what's the great, I just ask the book to show me what I should read, and then I open it and it always creates something. It's like always applicable to what's going on right now. It's like, so it's magic. It's like, yeah, exactly. It's just miraculous.
Halina, you just grab my third tool from my head.
You see?
That's so good. Yeah. Amazing. And look, mine is special. Oh,
It is? Or you have a
Yes.
signature? Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? I mean, maybe I can be lucky, you know, because we have a Being You class, Being You Changing the World class in Berlin.
Yes.
In 13 days, like it's from 23rd to 25th of August, and everybody can come still. You can join online too. And maybe I'm going to grab my book and I'm having it signed by Dr. Dane here.
Yes.
Maybe I'm lucky and he was going to sign it for me.
I got from the first time Dane came to Brazil. It was a Being You class. 2017. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite class. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, Bianca.
Hello.
Oh, thank you so much, Halina. Olá, Bianca!
Olá, nome!
Então chegamos ao português.
Chegamos ao português, que delícia.
Bianca, e aí, conta para nós aqui. Naqueles dias que você está meio estranha, sendo qualquer outra coisa que não você, quais são as suas 3 ferramentas favoritas?
Aquele dia que a gente está tipo... O que está acontecendo aqui? Aí eu vou falar que você tirou umas da minha lista de trazer para cá, porque, né, o manual e o livro também são incríveis. Mas sabe uma pergunta que eu adoro, Naomi, de fazer? É o que ou quem poderia trazer mais de mim? Né? Nesse espaço de ser a pergunta e deixar consciência vir, que às vezes isso pode ser ligar para Naomi e dar umas risadas com ela, né, trazer alguma coisa para mim, pode ser eu fazer uma classe, pode ser eu correr as minhas barras. Então, eu ir para a pergunta, tipo, ok, tem alguma coisa esquisita que eu não estou sendo eu aqui. Então, o que pode, ou quem pode trazer isso para mim? Isso abre um espaço no meu mundo e a consciência de, você não está sendo você. O que eu posso receber de contribuição e contribuir com quem eu sou? Né? Então, isso me traz um uau. Sim.
Uau.
E às vezes é você até ligar mesmo para outra pessoa, para contribuir com a outra pessoa. Você traz você para frente, né?
Sim. Porque, na verdade, contribuir e receber é uma ação simultânea, né?
Delícia.
E que mais, Bianca?
Eu vou falar que uma das coisas que eu gosto muito, isso desde pequena, assim, depois que o Axis trouxe aquela consciência mais gostosa, é ir para a natureza. E uma das naturezas que eu mais gosto é o mar, assim, ir para o mar, onde tem também um matinho ali, né, com a gente. E sabe o que eu gosto disso? É um espaço onde eu posso me silenciar comigo e deixar a minha voz vir. Né? Onde a gente às vezes está com muito na natureza tem esse espaço para mim de não julgamento, onde cada coisa está sendo ela. Então elas me inspiram, a natureza me inspira, a árvore me inspira, o mar, que é outro mundo completo ali dentro, sabe? Eu começo a ficar viajando e recebendo desse planeta todo, estando ali, onde eu baixo as minhas barreiras e eu simplesmente tenho esse convite, a árvore está sendo árvore, o mar está sendo mar, baleia está sendo baleia, areia está sendo areia, sabe? Então, ok, eu posso ser eu aqui também. Então, abre esse espaço para mim. E tá bom, tô aqui em São Paulo, não tenho o meu mar, eu posso ir na praça aqui do lado, receber dela também, e receber de tudo que tá à minha volta, e entregar também, de novo, eu gosto disso, né? Presentear e receber simultaneamente com tudo. Então, adoro ir para a natureza, esse meu momento, sabe? Comigo.
É incrível como a natureza tem essa capacidade de esvaziar as nossas mentes, né? Gente, é muito incrível, né?
E esse espaço de não julgamento, né? Então, traz esse espaço de, tá bom, posso não me julgar também, né? Tem esse derretimento. Sensacional.
E o que mais, Bianca?
Eu vou contar essa, que vocês não vão rir de mim. Promete para mim que vocês não vão rir de mim. Ó, eu vou para um espaço de qual é a coisa mais boba que eu posso fazer para começar a rir. Para mim, o riso, ele é... Por isso que eu brinquei, vocês não vão rir de mim. O riso, ele quebra qualquer coisa que tá ali que não sou eu.
quando eu boto pra rir, às vezes assim, no momento de tipo, olha que merda que tá acontecendo, como eu posso rir disso? E aí eu começo a fazer coisas bobas, tipo, falar que nem o Cebolinha. O meu pé tá doendo! Tá doendo meu pé! Por que tá doendo meu pé? Então eu começo a rir de mim mesma, quem estiver do lado ri também. E, mas se eu estiver brava, se eu estiver chateada com alguma coisa, só de começar a fazer isso, ó, me leva para o...
Adorei! Fantástico! Amei! Vou incluir essa, gostei. Qual a coisa mais boba que eu posso fazer?
Que traz esse
Adorei!
senso de alegria, esse senso de, eu sou só uma criança que fiquei brava com um negocinho aqui agora e agora eu tô rindo de novo, sabe? Então, o que me traz essa bobeira da risada, eu adoro.
Adorei! Olha quem está aí,
Norma
Norminha! Gente, gratidão por vocês, viu? Beijo.
Beijo, beijo. Norma Porasieri, minha amora.
Olá, querida.
Uau! Que espaço sensacional. Gratidão por estar aqui, minha amora. E aí eu quero pedir para você uma fofoca.
Uma fofoca?
Fofoca para mim. Qual é 3 coisas que você faz para voltar para você quando você está num espaço? Ups, não estou sendo eu agora.
Uau, Bianca. Quanto tempo a gente tem aqui, né? Essa lista pode, às vezes, ser bem longa, porque justamente a ideia é a gente ter várias possibilidades, né?
Uhum.
Mas, assim, de cara, uma coisa que a primeira coisa que me vem é uma pergunta. Por exemplo, assim, às vezes tem situações que eu não reconheço bem a maneira como eu estou, sei lá, como eu estou interagindo, como eu estou reagindo, ou como eu estou com as pessoas, ou uma coisa assim esquisita. E aí eu amo perguntar a quem pertence isso. Essa é, assim, a minha favorita, tipo, a minha ferramenta de todas as horas, porque o que eu estou vendo é que quanto mais eu vou usando isso, mais, assim, intensa, mais alcance, mais coisas eu acesso e também mais rápido a mudança, sabe? Aquela coisa de estar de um jeito torto, esquisito. A quem pertence isso? E a coisa muda.
Plim.
Então, assim, cling, exatamente. Dá esse cling. Uma outra ferramenta que eu também amo demais é uma pergunta, sabe? Que tem a ver com o sendo você, né? E a pergunta porque assim, eu tenho muita facilidade, como provavelmente você e muitas das pessoas aqui que estão assistindo a gente, de, assim, entrar no mundo do outro, de perceber o outro. Sabe como é que é isso? Não sei se você sabe.
Ninguém faz isso. Eu fui reparar esses dias, sabe? Porque isso existia.
Entrar nessa coisa de o que o outro está precisando, o que o outro gostaria. E aí, uma ferramenta que me ajuda demais com isso é a pergunta: quem eu estou sendo aqui? E aí, sabe, uma das coisas que eu mais amo também nessas ferramentas todas porque você não tem que ter a resposta ou ficar procurando a resposta. Você pode lançar a pergunta e simplesmente perceber o que é que vai se mostrando assim em seguida. Então, com essa pergunta em especial, quem eu estou sendo aqui, ou quem você está sendo aqui, é uma coisa que na hora me dá sabe, uma sensação de um clique. Às vezes não é na hora, às vezes é depois, cada vez é de uma maneira. Mas um clique como se eu tivesse entrado no meu eixo, no meu espaço.
Uma presença, né?
Exato,
Assim,
no meu ser. E a outra ferramenta que eu amo demais, que eu tenho ouvido muito, muito, é que o Dr. Dan lançou recentemente lá no Dive In, que é no mergulho, é o mergulho, que é como traduz, e no inglês é o Dive In. Ele gravou novos processos relacionados com o livro do Sendo Você Mudando o Mundo.
Uau,
Então, aquele áudio, ele percorre assim um monte de ferramentas, um monte de perguntas, e fala do corpo, e fala do, sabe, de você, e ferramentas tipo o que está certo sobre você, que você não está percebendo, o que está certo sobre isso que não está percebendo. Então,
um áudio.
isso,
Isso é legal, né? Um áudio que você fique feliz. Tara!
Hello, hello. Obrigada, Bianca.
Gratidão, meus amores.
Welcome, Miss Sarah. Yeah, I think you're. Yeah.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Beautiful, gorgeous. How are you? So great to be here with you. How are you?
I'm so great and so excited for this creation and everybody's contribution. And gosh, the Being You list that you could have after watching this 2-hour live is phenomenal. So
Exactly, right? My list got way larger after this one. I'm so grateful for everyone. And of course, I'd like to know about your list, lady. What are your 3 things?
Oh, there's so many. And I'm wondering, do I talk about the awareness of what I received from this live or my original response? So I would say that immediately upon the awareness of I'm in a crunch or in a reaction, or I'm taking a really strong point of view, immediately I ask if I were truly being me. What would I be aware of? What would I choose? What would become available to me that wasn't when I'm in that kind of like crunch. So that just kind of gives me pause and go, okay, wait a minute. It's an acknowledgement that I'm not being me. Because I think what happens is we try to take whatever's going on and then make it work for us as if it is us. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Sometimes you're just totally in a different lane. Like you're not even in your lane and you're trying to drive the bus of reality that's not even your bus. So it's like, hey, stop. So the stop and pause and ask a question like gives the space. And then this one has not been said. So I'm going to throw this one at you guys. So I always go to creation. Like, what can I create? Because if I'm creating, I know energies are moving. And so I love creating graphics, even though I'm not a graphic artist. And some might say that I should get training. But I will even go, because colors and shapes and the play and the movement, I will go and create a graphic for something that I don't even know if I'm going to actually put out in the world. But that always gives me this space of like anything creation and actualization moves the energies along that often are sticking me. And then, what do I want my last one to be? Because I mean, it could be like my favorite song list or like being with my kitty cats, calling friends. But what I'll say is, you got this. So Dr. Dane here also has this amazing library of little short audios. Some of them are 45 minutes. Some of them are like 10 minutes that are categorized with things that you have going on in your world. Everything from like dating to parenting to creating change to not being able to sleep to having a tough time with like social gatherings or waking up on a Monday morning. I mean, he's got all sorts of stuff there. A couple free ones too. So if you're hearing about that for the first time, I adore you too, Helena. If you're hearing about that for the first time, then I would say go check it out because he's got a couple there that are also just free downloads. And then I'm going to cheat and leave a fourth one. Because I'm the end and I'm allowed to do that. So the fourth one that would say is the mantra of access consciousness. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Dane also has that on a loop for like $5, and it's like 100 times. It's Dr. Dane here is my older brother, and it's the first tool that like he gave me that I actually received, because he was like, oh, you like, I got bars, and I was like, that was awesome. And he's like, oh, here are these clearings, and I'm like, I was so committed to my trauma, my drama, my suffering. But when he gave me that, there was something that lit up in my world, even if it was the tiniest little spark. It didn't become a flame for a while, but it just spoke to a little piece inside of me that I knew that things really should be the ease. And so if you're hearing this for the first time, we have banners. Maybe you could put this on the banner, guys. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And so when you're in the trenches of the stress or the heartache or the worry or whatever, if you just put that on repeat in your head, it will give you the space of breath that you've been seeking if you allow for it. And then you get to look at whatever's going on with new eyes. And it gives you like a different sense of peace, because all of life does come to you with ease, joy, and glory. Even the stuff that seems no fun. Yay, look at that. And I have a thumbs up. Even the stuff that seems no fun, that you think you can't deal with, even that stuff can come to you with so much ease, joy, and glory. So those are the ones I will share today. And then Norma, I just want to give you a big hug and kiss. Thank you for the gift that you be.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for you.
Mwah. And I just want to say thank you for everybody joining, commenting, YouTube and Facebook. And what are the infinite possibilities? Rachel is being psychic. What are the infinite possibilities for the Being You tools and people choosing to be more of them out in the world? If you loved this and you're like, what else can I choose? There is a Being You Changing the World class coming up in Berlin very soon. So you can go to drdanehere.com and check out his classes and just follow along with the Being You stuff, because there's classes all over the world with lots of facilitators going on along with Dr. Dane's classes. A great place to start is also the Being You Changing the World book. That can also change your world in lots of languages as well. So huge shout out to everybody who played with us today, everybody who watched, and our back end queens, Laura and Kate. Thank you so much for keeping us rolling here. And we will see you next time somewhere, hopefully you being more of you. Mwah! Bye, everybody.